Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Moss's last and final day of being absent. So if you're watching this video, rest assured he will be back really soon. We've got your last Rashis with me. Thanks so much for doing this. This was fun to put together. I hope you learned a little something as well. So here we go, everyone. Um, the Ah, okay, here we go. I think we're starting with this one right here. Here we go, day 8. Okay, the last time we saw Yitzchak, he was with Abraham on the mountain and was almost sacrificed there. We only hear about Abraham coming back to Beersheba, where he's living, in the beginning of this chapter, and we hear about Abraham telling his servant to find a wife for his son Yitzchak. A wife has been found, and she's now being brought to Abraham's home. And now comes this verse right here. Isaac returned from the area of Be'er Lachai Roi. He was dwelling in the Negev area. What do you think Rashi's kasha is here? I mean, it's so interesting, right? That Abraham returns from almost sacrificing his child, and he comes home alone. Some people think that is why actually that Sarah dies of a heart attack right after that. He's like, oh my goodness, look what he did. He actually killed my child. Maybe physically didn't, but maybe there's an emotional kind of severance of relationship there that he's gone. But what do you think Rashi's question is here? What's Rashi's kasha? Write it down there, and let's see what my kasha is. Where has Isaac been, and why is he coming from Be'er Lachai Roi? Okay, any questions there? And by the way, one thing we do know is there's someone else who lives in Be'er Lachai Roi, and this might help you with your Teirutz, is that the other person that lives in Be'er Lachai Roi is Hagar, and we know Hagar was sent out from Hagar and Ishmael are sent away because Sarah says, I can't have them in my house anymore. Why is Isaac coming from Be'er Lachai Roi? What has he been doing? Okay, and remember, Sarah is dead now as well. So, what's your Teirutz? And let's check out what Rashi says. Rashi's answer is that Yitzchak went there because that was where Hagar was living. Now that Sarah has died, Yitzchak went to go get her and bring her back to be married again to Abraham. So isn't that interesting? So according to Rashi, Yitzchak just went to Beer. He doesn't stay there forever, but he went on a little journey there because he believes that actually Abraham is still in love with Hagar and Sarah has died at this point, so he's trying to get her back. And by the way, we do have a reference that Abraham does remarry, and he remarries a woman named Keturah. And Rashi's comment on that, interestingly enough, is Zo Hagar. That person, Keturah, is actually Hagar. Isn't that interesting? So write in Rashi's Teirutz, and let's go to the final piece that I'm going to be presenting with you with for this run of Rashi's. And here it is. And these were the days of the years of Abraham's life that he lived, 175 years. Okay, this is an easy Rashi to end on. What do we think Rashi's kasha is? Write it in there. And here it is. Why not just say 175 years old? Why tell this age in such a strange way? I mean, really, we've seen this answer before when Sarah died. What's your Teirutz? And Rashi says, 175 is each of those pieces, 170 and 5 are each telling us something, right? At the age of 100 years, he was as strong as 70. The age of 70, he was at 5 when he was kind of blameless without sin. So, an interesting answer to end with. Not my favorite Rashi to end with, but basically he is asking the question. He's saying it must be significant that the Torah teaches the age of these of these people. Sarah done the same way in these broken up 175 and not 175 to kind of tell us each of these words kind of matter. And that's really how Rashi works all the time. If there are extra words that shouldn't be there, or things should be written one way or another way, then we're supposed to be asking why. And that's a great skill to have as a close reader of text. That's a great skill to have as a future lawyer that you might have, and that's a great skill to have just as someone who is curious about the world. Why? All right, thanks everyone.